there's almost a symbiotic relationship between the two, where your coaching can inform your podcasting journey and vice versa. I definitely would attribute the more sort of strategic kind of podcasting approach that I take with my clients to supporting people in terms of helping them to refine their voice and message. So to help them get clear about who they are as a coach and who their audience is, if you want to use those sort of terms. Interchange sort of audience and community. I think it's, for me, it's the sort of same thing in many respects. From a coaching perspective, there's going to be a subsegment in there, which are going to be people you end up working with. So there's some really nice feedback loops that end up playing out. So you become a little bit more expert about what it is that you're great at coaching on or with. And I think that comes out of the podcasting journey, because it challenges you to think about what you're saying and how you're saying it and the way you're presenting that. I wouldn't say that's unique to podcasting. I would say that any sort of conscious sort of strategic marketing approach will do that. It's just that podcast is, for some coaches and the ones I work with, that's the way they prefer to do it. What I witness is people becoming clearer about what they're saying, and also the questions that they ask. As a coach, the questions you ask your clients can help you shape questions that you could ask guests, for example, on your podcast. And equally, I think podcasting is a great medium. It's a safe medium to play around and practice asking questions. Curiously, these days, when I listen to a podcast, but if it's an interview-based podcast, I'll be just as interested, if not more interested, in what the host is saying or what the host is asking and how they're framing the conversation. And then I'm curious as to what the guest responds with. And there's almost a bit of an art to it and a bit of a dance, as there is with coaching, which is the way we ask questions, the types of questions we ask, the timing in terms of when we ask a particular question at a particular point in time, or in that conversation. It might be a question that you want to ask, but maybe now is not the right time. You'll ask it later on. Just all of that is a really interesting experience that, for me, has a continuous feedback loop into becoming a better coach or becoming a better podcaster, just because we're experimenting, we're playing with these things. Or maybe I'll ask this type of question, or with this particular person that I'm having a conversation with, I wonder how this sort of question would sit with them and what sort of response I might elicit.